The game just got off maintenance, and we are in and about to do the Pandaemonium raids. Of course, Car already came on and is doing other things. Which, I don't know. I'm just gonna jump straight into Pandaemonium raids. There we go. The Crystal from Beyond. I just want to get this out of the way before I pass out for good. So. I don't imagine this taking too long. Probably just a couple hours, maybe, like 3 tops. But you never know. So, since I'm gonna be reading dialogue out loud and everything, it might be way longer. Who knows? But yeah. It appears my calculations were correct. I knew that at this very spot I would encounter none other than Somnus, the hero who saw us through the final days. So certain was I of my math that I stood here for. Let's not concern ourselves with that. I am Gigi, assistant to the Professor Claudian, to one Professor Claudian. We work with the ultrascope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered, for instance, defies every conjecture. You've been to the center of the star and far beyond it. So we hope that you may see something in this crystal that we academics do not. I beg you lend us your well-traveled eye to Aphoria. Professor Claudian will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. Oh, it's a woman. Because she just did a curtsy. Whoopsies. Whatever. That was I don't know how it sounded, but it was pretty good British accent on my end. At least I'd like to think. I don't know. Oh, where are we supposed to go? Aphoria? That's, that's in Labyrinthos. Oh, whoops. Okay. I don't know, do males curtsy? I don't think males curtsy, so it's probably a female, definitely. A little awkward, but at the very least it's oral dialogue. I wouldn't know that. Greetings, Somnus, and welcome to my humble laboratory. I'm sure Gigi has already told you plenty about this, but allow me to introduce myself personally. I am Claudian, leader of this little research collective. I must admit, I have been nervous about this meeting ever since Gigi set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there is no greater an honor than to meet the first man in history to travel in the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. The professor speaks often and at length of your deeds, but he has no small number of achievements to his own name. He has peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other in Shalian, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless, perhaps, but for a single man. We must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from him, and perhaps crack this conundrum that has stumped the three of us for moons. It was we who peered into the fathomless sea from the antitower in the Dravanian hinterlands. There we spoke with Hydaelyn, and learned of the fate that would befall the star. Final days. Soon thereafter, all research was moved to Labyrinthos, and through the ultrascope did we continue our vigil. As impressive a work as this device is, however, it can glimpse but a fraction of the sea's infinite depths. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we recovered an unused crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude, and its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Unfortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to turn our focus towards the Exodus. The crystal was very nearly forgotten amidst a sudden upheaval. Thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, that crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our research. Thus did we decide to seek you out, the dauntless adventurer who delved into the unknown and beheld its innermost secrets. And now we have you see. We would have you see for yourself. Here is the crystal in question. If it resembles aught you have encountered before, even by the smallest degree, please say so. It looks like the forbidden gummy. But it doesn't have a constellation in it. I know someone who bears a similar crystal. As I thought, you do know what this is. Please, tell me everything. I see. The Asians used these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. It was plain that this crystal was special somehow, but this revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Similar artifacts have appeared throughout the ages. Memories of martial techniques manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield, or storied stones passed from master to student. A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? Asian memories. Windows through which we could gaze upon the convocation of 14. Unlike the crystal in Somnus' story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Who then could these memories belong to? And more importantly, why were they stored in this particular shard? More importantly, why was it set adrift on the ethereal sea? Professor Claudian. Huh? Yes. I'm well aware that this contemplation is the key to breakthrough, but there's propriety to consider. You have a guest, one you invited explicitly. Must we do this every time? What? Yes, of course, a guest. Totally sorry. I do easily find myself unmoored by the tides of rumination. Perhaps a more engaging use of your time with us would be for you to take up that crystal. If indeed there are memories stored within, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. If anyone, come, Pandaemonium, please. Faces, grave threat, star, in danger. That expression does not bode well. What did she see? There's a great threat in this place called Pandaemonium. Pandaemonium. 'Tis not a word I have heard before. If my knowledge of the ancient tongue serves me, it means all demons. Not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. In the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memories to hand. Nemgigi, Rusino. I entrust their procurement to you. If there are more memories to be extracted from this crystal, we will find them. As for you, Somnus, there's a person I would have you seek. The one who has delivered so dire a warning. Your story tells us that this crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. If that is the case, then discerning the nature of this Pandaemonium would require a trip far into the past, to an era before the Sundering. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who traversed time to prevent the world's doom. I must confess, the tales people tell of your adventures beggar belief, and their veracity has been a subject of much debate among my peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is fact. So I ask you now, return to the past. Find out what and where Pandaemonium is, and if we need be concerned by this message. Thank you. For the time being, you should keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think you have seen the last of its memories, and more may be drawn out as you approach the source. Safe travels, and may we meet again soon to share our findings. I need to go up a bank. It is cold. There we go. Time to go to Okior and go into the past. Back to Elpis. I don't know why we have to go back to the portal. There's definitely Aphorites. But then again, I don't believe oh, sorry, Aphorites. I don't believe Aphorites are capable of time travel. I don't know. Like, canonically speaking, I'm talking. Because, like, I know that, like, they're capable of, like, interstellar travel. Because there's, like, no limit. As long as there's, like, ether in between, I think there's, like, a teleportation. It receives this message. Come, Pandaemonium, quickly! It dropped me off at a completely different place than before. Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies, but for the briefest moment, I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. He told me a falling star would appear before me, and I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect the expression to be so literal. Apologize for not introducing myself properly. My name is Famous. As you can see by my bare face, I am not one of Elpis's observers. Rather, I am come here on an assignment, which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here, for it is plain that you do not belong here. Or any place I know, for that matter. I'm a Zem's familiar. Let's just put it out there like that, yeah? It appears my initial impression was not so preposterous after all. I did not know my friend had such a unique familiar at his disposal. If you're here at Zem's behest, then I believe I can hazard a guess as to your purpose. You are here to investigate Pandaemonium, yes? If so, we may be able to help one another. But first, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? Yeah, let's just kind of rocket it over here. I see. I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. I apologize for being so intrusive, but you must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. I shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I would very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. Fascinating. Well, I cannot say much as to what it contains. It is clear that there are memories stirring within. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandaemonium. This facility extends beneath Elpis, and is overseen by the words of Vlaha Breya. It houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects, and highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding ether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandaemonium ceased. I am here as representative of an organization that works directly with the Convocation, and have been tasked with investigating this incident. Now that there's some measure of transparency between us, might I offer a suggestion as to what we should do next? Let's get the direct hit, since that's usually the stat that I'm deprived of, so... During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Melanie in Aporia or Joel in Razathan. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to Pandaemonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I would be loath to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting so long for. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. He had also noticed the anomaly near Pandaemonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, he eventually decided it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of the organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities, it would raise questions, you see. I decided to go alone, but he left me with these words. Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you. While I could not comprehend his meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. He does have a way of being right about these things. Even so, his hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say, I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of La Habrea for entry into Pandaemonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at Anagnosis. I really like because like we're so closely associated with the Seven that like we just have a natural explanation as to why we're here. Like I thought it was gonna be something messy, like we have to like completely change our identities or whatnot. Like fucking Back to the Future style. We have to be like someone completely different. Well, part 1, I guess. Back to the Future 2 is like more like Back to the Future 2, where we're just assimilating ourselves into like a new personality. That's just us. Let's see. What a fascinating etheric signature. In accordance with the convocation's request, the two of you have been granted access, or granted leave to observe Pandaemonium. I shall register your ether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandaemonium as you please. Now that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together. Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You are to heed the warden's instructions at all times. Those who conduct their work within Pandaemonium are called warders, for their role with respected creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of La Habrea has deemed certain such creations as worthy of further study, interring them within this facility. Those who spend their days in Pandaemonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandaemonium is a frightful place. I know not of the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with the utmost haste. Master La Habrea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Then I take it means you have detected nothing amiss as of late. The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in ether have been observed, but surely Master La Habrea would have acted if they were anything worth worrying about. I see. It appears La Habrea is kept well abreast of the goings-on here, then. I hope I'm not overstepping my boundaries by asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with Master La Habrea. Do you know him? Know him? We've met. That a mere familiar would have had the honor to meet Master La Habrea. He is not known to easily afford others his time, so it must be extraordinary indeed to be granted even a moment of it. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is of the convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandaemonium. The naos that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Leave. Let us delay no further. Honestly, though, I'm really excited for the story, because like ever since Shadowbringers, I was really, really interested in the Ancients. Because, like, I didn't actually know that the Ascians were, like, the Ancient as a star until Shadowbringers, and I don't think that was really that obvious beforehand, either. It was a really nice twist, and, but, like, because, like, before, all we knew of the Ancients was, like, Alligans, right, so... But the ancients, like, are a really interesting concept, especially since I'm like a huge 7 fanboy. So like, I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances. But is it true that you too have met Labre and Flush? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager. Or else, why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandaemonium with my very own eyes. Excuse me. Here's to a new adventure, eh? Yep, that's Pandaemonium, alright. It is as much as I feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularity not nearly so grave a portent as I had imagined. Alas, 'twas a fleeing and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone, or something, is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not, there is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections occurred the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but at least, it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. The silence in the air speaks volumes. While I did not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there's something you must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandaemonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it, but let us at least be grateful that neither of us is here alone, trapped in helpless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceable solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. Of course, you have my promise. Thank you for offering your help so willingly. If weapons are drawn, I hope to be able to at least lend at least a touch of magical support. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had in mind to use your ether as basis for illusory allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do. Oh, what a coincidence. Not an exact army, but by the looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. Then so shall it be. Now, I wonder awaits us in Pandaemonium's pitiless halls. Huh. What a coincidence. I am really used to... It's 7 people, man. The first circle is accessible. First raid is already available? I would have thought more exploration of the place would be a do. We're gonna go as far as the gates, actually, it seems. I don't think we can go past the gates, though, can we? I mean, obviously not. Oh! That is weird. Whatever, we're gonna insta-queue anyway, and we're probably gonna explore this area in the raid itself. A la Alexander. What? How do I not have 565? Okay, how do I not have 565? I suppose I could get a new gunblade if I have the aphorism for it. How do I not have 565? Well, the rest of the stream should be pretty obvious as to what it's supposed to be for now. I suppose expert is in order, yeah? Let's see what we can get after an expert run. I suppose I should travel to Razathan so I can immediately get a piece of gear and then go straight into this raid. I didn't know I was under geared. I thought it was 565 already, considering that I've been gearing up my tank, like, exclusively almost. How much is for a weapon? What's the stats on the weapon? Let's see, Gunblade, Moonward Gunblade, it's the same as stats, but I think I might want that, honestly. Yeah, I think I want the Gunblade, so we're gonna spam expert dungeons, I guess, assuming that expert, or maybe like go on a hunt train as well, because that could definitely do it. But no one's going on hunt trains currently. Sag. Huh. Yeah, I did not know I was under-geared. Like, how the fuck am I under-geared is the real question. Like, how does this not average out to 565? Like, all this gear. Like, I only have two 560 right side pieces, or left side pieces, I mean. Actually, I'm gonna wanna switch out my earrings, actually. That should bump me up. But if it doesn't, then, well, fuck me. Because I wanna, yeah, I wanna replace my earring, actually, because, actually, do I? Huh. Not much better, huh? I don't want tenacity, is what I'm trying to say. I suppose jumping into one of the extremes is probably gonna bump me up as well, but, actually, yeah, what are the, what is the shit that you get from the extremes? Let's see, from the Zodiac extreme you get, spoilers, that's a really good earring. But I don't think you need to touch the extremes, really, to get 565. I mean, is it really worth it? You're basically doing it for the eye level, not the stats. So I don't really care. Let's go. I mean, I'm not complaining. It makes sense that 565 is the eye level. I'm just really, really curious as to why I haven't reached 565 yet. try and see how quickly I can go through this. In all fairness, I haven't really done expert every day, like I probably should be. But yeah, I did not expect that we would have to expert spam, so. I wonder how many, well, I'm working out the map already. I need to do about 4 or 5 runs in order to get the weapon. So I think getting the weapon will be a better boost for my eye level than getting the earring. So I'm gonna go for that instead. We'll wait until Bloodfest comes up and then we'll oh, forward. Oh, barely dodged that. This was gonna spawn right behind me though. I gotta do that. No, across from me. Blood. Huh. Just realized I didn't really have a red mage in my party before. It's weird seeing the red mage, the big red mage move. I was expecting to get through this raid series in like just a few hours, but I suppose I can't do that. Unfortunate. I'm gonna fucking die. So I'll be sleeping at like 6 AM again. Probably. This Sage's shields are fucking badass though. I don't know what the hell is happening. Well, at least I'm glad I didn't meld, actually. Apparently all the gear I'm wearing right now is worthless. That up, actually. Healer shield is amazing. I suppose you'd probably want to like constantly have a shield on your tank, so that you could have Toxicon ready at any moment. It's just like I don't even need hard to run them because of them. But my cooldowns are fell off. That's a very notable thing to have happened. That's a useful use of a backflip. Oh god! Oh, the poor healer. I don't know how I managed to do that. Honestly, when I was looking at the skills for Gunbreaker, Bloodfest in particular, and saw that Bloodfest was still on a 90-second cooldown, I thought that like desyncing would still be a problem. Because one of the big problems that Gunbreaker had in Shadowbringers is that like it's so easy to desync all your shit. And admittedly it still is. If you're going straight from AoE to single target rotation, you desync a lot easier. But But I've noticed that I'm not really using too much anymore. Fantastic. This could be really, really good. If a DPS falls off of me, I like to... I do indeed like to have him get bashed around a little bit before I poke it off him. I'm not really that big of a believer in provoke. Although I did realize the other day, the reason why we saw a shit ton of tanks provoking instead of using their ranged ability. Simply put, it's off the GCD. It's range, higher range, off GCD, which, I mean, yeah, I suppose, but like, in AoE rotations, I mean, it's not really that important that you don't clip your GCDs. Just because your AoE rotations are normally not that elaborate, especially as tanks. So it still fuddles me that people do that. But I do see it though, because like, say you use your lightning shot, or on Mend, or whatever, on like a enemy that's far away, but like not like super far away. Like you could totally walk, like you could totally like walk or sprint to them from where you are within a GCD. But like since you already used the GCD on your ranged ability, you're spent by the time you get there. Yeah. I suppose that is a very common thing, but I don't see that as much of an issue. Because for one, in those situations I rough the pull, or I gap close a pull. Wait, what's that again? It's so close to having a cooldown. Anyways. Yeah, in those situations I normally just, like, gap close a pull. And even then, it's not really that big of a deal if that ever happens. Because, like, even if it is still on a GCD by the time I get to the enemy, like, my next GCD is pretty close. It's like over half, so... yeah, not really that big of an issue to me. Because the main flaw with Provoke is that it doesn't actually, like... it gives a very, very small amount of aggro in actuality if you're just starting from pull. Because what it does is it just shoots you up to the top of the aggro ledge, which means nothing if no one's established aggro. And like WoW does give you a small bit of aggro as well afterwards, I think. While gaining additional MD. It's ultimately not anywhere near as much as a ranged attack, because every ranged attack has a base amount of MD that it gives you anyway. Ultimately, it doesn't matter too much. At least that's my argument, though. Again, it's totally valid, and I see like how valid it is now to bulk pull, but ultimately not that valid compared to just gap closer pull. Like you have two of them for a reason. Hey, I got a Tank You Gunbreaker free achievement. Tommy the healer. That's a really good healer. Let's see. What do you get for the new Battle Tiger horn? Well, wait, no, I never got the Battle Tiger actually. I don't think, because I barely got a chance to tank anyway. What other tank use though? Did they add a new one for Endwalker? 2 new ones. Or well, actually, this is for Shadowbringers, I believe. Huh, they're just both titles. Kinda lame. Alright, let's just spam expert roulette. Oh. Never mind, let's just spam... I would hate to, like, waste roulettes on tomes, but, like... I need the tomes more than I need the EXP, I think. Do 50, 60, 70, 80. Such good EXP gone to waste. Actually, does it still give Aphors? It probably doesn't. No, it doesn't. Rippo. According to my calculations, what I would need is 50, 60, 70, 80 alliance raids. Might be it, honestly. Maybe leveling. And if I'm really desperate, main scenario. God damn it, I need to do basically all my dailies, huh? It is just one item level though. Would just getting the earring just like boost me up enough? Because I don't know how to do the calculations, and I don't think getting an accessory actually changes that too much. Especially if it's just 10 idols. Whatever, it's probably just healthier just to get the weapon anyway, since the weapon's like better stats and whatnot. Pain. Adventurer need just turn to tank. Pain. Or just turn to healer. Pain. Oh, might as well use this. There we go. I can't use it. Not right now. Do I have a Blue Dragon card? I don't know. Alright, let's go. Fucking level 60. It feels painful to go into anything at lower than level 90. But we're gonna big pull this because fuck you, that's why. We're gonna keep the Gavers bunking. They don't do anything. There's no reason to hold them. Yeah, literally just sit there. Whoop. Yeah. Because you get a haste buff for that. I don't know why in the world you would want haste. On like anything really. Because clipping. I suppose at level 60 it doesn't really matter too much. Again, I did not know how deprived I was of aphorism. Again, I suppose I have been using most of my dailies just to level. And, not really done all my, expert roulettes for weeks. That I could. I really do want to get this over with though, so I'm mega pulling everything. How the fuck are you pulling anything? How the fuck are they taking damage? What are they pulling? Oh, they're standing in AoEs, probably. What had aggro on you? Seriously, what had aggro on you? If it wasn't something that had aggro on you, were like, I didn't know there were that many AoEs, were there? I didn't really like pay attention to any of the AoEs because there was a shit ton of things. I'm just constantly getting hit by shit. I don't know why. We'll wait for the bard. The bard shouldn't be too long. It's just a pull right after the boss. Yeah, they're right behind us. Are they getting... Oh, they're getting cleaved. Oh, that must explain a few things. Okay, I don't have much to help with that. God, I hate being level 60 so much. Okay, I'm going to, like... Yeah, I'm going to, like, pull them back here so they don't get cleaved. No! Get out of here! Get out of here! Stop it! You're gonna die! That explains everything. These things cleave. Okay, I was really confused. Yeah, it must be painful for a fucking ninja. Because they have a circle AoEs. I don't have Heart of Stone. That's just the big thing. Ow! God, the thing's your arrow. Oh, looks like we hurt back though. Ow. Oh wait, no. That's bleeders. Die already! I wanted to get to raids like, what, an hour ago. I don't think we can go any further in this. Shame. I want to go further than this, much further. Still surprised with myself though. I'm literally just one eye level away from 565. I mean, I suppose I shouldn't really blame myself too much. If I was that close, go figure, I would have thunk I was already 565. I guess I can't really blame myself too much. I'm just be surprised. That's all. Literally thought I was set for raids. I could also get like one of the armor pieces as well. Those are probably cheaper. We'll see how much effort I'm gonna get after this. Though, according to my calculations, probably just like 320. Maybe a little more for Adventure and Need, but that's about it. Yeah, let's fight. Do I have to show his ass? He is flying. I don't know, it's hard to tell. I don't think so. Like, it's not exactly like baloney baloney at this level. Oh, you don't get a bonus to an aphorism if you're adventure in need. Frustration. So that means I have to do both leveling and alliance raids. Let's do leveling first. Actually, if I do alliance raids, I only have to do normal raids afterwards. I have a summoner, so I can definitely get the adventure in need bonus. Whatever that's worth. So, suppose I shall go a summoner. Now, adventure in need really only means just, adventure in need really only just means faster queues in this context, so... But yeah. Just to show how much I cared about gearing my tank more than anything else. My summoner's still using fucking Crypt Lurker gear. Yeah, it's... I haven't touched gearing summoner really at all ever since I, like, leveled it. I suppose it just gives me a chance to fuck around with a 90 rotation while we wait. Okay. Carbuncle. How do I want to open this? Probably with Ruin Free into that, and that. And then that, this. And then Bahamut bullshit go. Then out comes Ifrit. Gap closer, slam down. Titan. I mean, the rotation doesn't change. It's just cooler animations. And it doesn't matter what order I do this in. I wonder if pet size large makes them like actually as big as the actual damn primals. That'd be cool. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Probably! They're huge! Maybe just a slight bit smaller, maybe? Fucking, it's not like I can just go into a trial and check, yeah. Actually, no, literally, I can't. I have to leave the queue. For what good being in the queue is worth. That, I don't want to do that if it's not AoE or whatever. I was just pressing buttons. I'm only 4. I'll switch to healer if it's really that desperate. Actually, no, I don't have a healer at this level. What the fuck? What am I saying? I only have Scholar at this level, and I don't know how to play Scholar. There we go. There's not a single raid that's gonna make Summoner fun. It's gonna be brain dead. Whatever one out of the Alliance raids. Whatever one we get, it will be brain dead. So we might as well just. So it's pointless to pray. At the very least, hopefully, it's not Crystal Tower raids, because then I can actually like. Hey. Hey. Hey, would you look at that? Oh yes, I totally asked for this. Huh? It looks like someone geared down their eye level to go down to this level, so that they so that they can brain dead the dungeon. Cause they started auto healing, so if we have anyone to blame, it's them. I mean, like I said before, like, whatever level we get, it's gonna be stupid brain dead. I just didn't expect, like... I didn't expect this. Because at the very least, if I got a level 61, I could, or no, level 71, I could summon Bahamut. You know, it wouldn't have been that boring. It would have been a little more visually interesting. But no, alright. Crystal Tower raids are stupid brain dead, especially this. Now, if my correct, I don't know how to speak English. If my calculations are correct, I don't trust them nowadays. But if my calculations are indeed correct, this this should yield us, along with normal raids. If I do normal raids immediately after this, should yield us just about what I want, what I need. Now, that being said, I don't know if I can do math too well, but it's easy math, right? Because, like, we have... This is gonna give us 120. We have 320 right now. It'll give us 440. Plus 60 after that, which is what we get from normal raids. And then profit. I hope that adds up to 500. At the very least. Is this the fastest one to do? Out of the Crystal Tower raids, or just any raids in general? This might be the fastest one to do. Who knows? Melt us! Melt! Ow! Pain! Melt! Oh no. He's almost dead. Just kill. There we go. Again, I'm bummed out because, like, this gives us, Alliance raids gives really decent amount of EXP. Especially for being adventure in need. But at least I'm keeping leveling roulette, so in my calculations. And main scenario, which gives like an ungodly amount, so I shouldn't really be that concerned about missing out on EXP. And besides, like, did I plan on doing fucking did I actually plan on fucking doing whatever? I don't know. I actually wonder if, like, I'm, like, the only person in the FC actually able to do the raids. Because, like, it's not much left, honestly. Like, I don't have much left until I do the raids. I just need to get my weapon, that's it. But, like, there are, like, plenty of people in the FC that still haven't even done the story yet. See, I, like, fundamentally am on the same wavelength as this Dragoon here. Fuck actually contributing to the raid, I just want to fucking, like, finish it. You are not rewarded on merit. And, like, that sounds horrible for me to say, but, like, honest to God, like, this raid's way too brain dead for anybody to care. Fucking, I'm gonna do it. Good job. You did it. Is Pakka a lore-friendly Aura name? Zayla, because clearly he's a Zayla. But is it a lore-friendly Aura name? There's a Kot tribe, right? I don't know. And then there's the issue of Pak. Who knows? I just know that we are somehow within the same earshot as fucking Booty Killer. And honestly, more power to the people who like name their characters after like just random things or like bullshit names. They're probably the types of people who are just like, I don't want to even deal with this or something like that. Or associate themselves with certain names. Do feel sorry for them the moment they actually pay attention to the story and actually become attached to their character, and you're like, oh, fucking, like, this Booty Killer guy is actually a fucking character in the world, and, like, I actually care about, like, his adventure or whatnot. I don't know. Doubt it, but I actually, ran into a Sprout doing, when I was doing main scenario roulette, doing Praetorian for the first time, like, a couple nights ago, I think. Yeah, I think that would be, I don't know. But then, and his name was, like, it was like, like, I don't quite remember, it was like, something Bravo. You know, like Johnny Bravo, but like, you know, yeah. And like, he looked ridiculous as well, he looked like a cowboy and everything. But he was like so enamored with the story, like he was only saying like, yo, this is cool. Every time we ran into a cutscene. It was fascinating to see a metamorphosis like that just occur in front of my eyes. Someone just start caring about the story. Yeah, like, I said it before, I'll say it again, I saw this tweet, fucking, that, like, said that, like, something on the lines of like, oh, if you're not in the business of making OCs, FF14 forces you to make an OC. Just because of how attached to your character you'll become. And they're fucking right too. Like, I originally made this character as just straight up Noctis, but like as a cat boy, because the FF15 event was happening. And like this is when I Fantasia, and fucking like I became too attached to him. Because I was doing it, also going through New Game Plus app. I was also going through New Game Plus at the time as well, so oh no, I'm silenced and I'm a toad. Get out of there. You're free. You're free! You're free! Seriously. You're free! Don't worry, he's gonna turn more ice cubes right now. You can hide behind these ones. There's just a free people. Although I think we, like, whittle them down so fucking crazily that, like, it doesn't fucking matter which one we do. Or, like, whether or not we actually free them, because, like, the mechanic happens so soon afterwards anyway. Yeah, like, just because I went for New Game Plus with this character, I became stupid attached to him, even though he straight up just knocked us. That's the power. Like, even a joke character, or... That's Amon's coat, just straight up. Like, just straight up just the power of, of this game's story. It's just like... Yeah, just that. And like, what's super weird is that like I never actually had like that much of an attachment. Like not through like story shit, right? Because like I've built up attachments to my previous characters already as well, but like it's mainly just for like appearances, you know? Like, oh, it's a cute cat girl, or oh, it's a cute lizard girl, you know? Never really got attached to them because of the story, or at least not purely because of the story. In all fairness, I could not take my cat girl seriously. Because it was a face-free female Makote. And, like, as adorable as they look, like, the way that, like, they work, the face looks, it looks like a constant smile. Like, they're constantly having, like, a really, like, cat-like smile constantly. Same thing is for males as well. But like, the difference here is that you never see face-free male Makote. Because, like, it actually kind of looks, like, really stupid and derpy. But on girls, it looks adorable. But that's why I could not take a single cutscene seriously as a cat girl, because fucking, like, I would always see her have, like, a really cat-like grin, even when, like, shit went down during the story, and, like, so she's supposed to have a really serious expression, but, like, it's just that cat-like grin just constantly. And I could not think, I could not see her as anything more than just adorable. So I was like, I have to change the character. Thus my female aura was born, because like I still wanted to be like a cute girl, but also like I wanted to take the story seriously. So my female aura was then born. Well, please, you're gonna die. It's a stack mechanic. Oh, I am gonna die. Alright, we're almost there. We just need to use the raid to get to the raid. Ugh. Normal raids, Gunbreaker, if it's tank in need. Just need to use the raid to get to the raid. And then I can get my weapon, and that'll probably boost me up. Probably past 565, but... it's just... Well, if it turns out that I get the weapon, and it just then it just puts me at 565, like, just there. I mean, like, at least I'm glad that I, like, didn't waste my poetic, or aphorism on a stupid-looking earring. With stupid stats and whatnot, just to get the item level up. So I guess I should be grateful for that, but at the same time, like, it would be really fucking infuriating, because it's just like, all that for just a single tick. God, I really do hope that this is, like, more substantial than just one eye level. I don't know how the calculations work, though, so I don't know. It's probably weighted more heavily for weapons, though. Huh. They're using Heidelin weapons. So they're probably doing this for the aphorism as well. Oh, fucking, if you have a Heidelin weapon, then what the fuck do you need an aphorism for? Come on. Or did I misspeak? No. That is a Heidelin weapon, alright. What the fuck do you still need aphorism for? Do you just not have armor? Oh yeah, you just don't have armor. Oh, you don't even have a single fucking piece of armor. Alright, that's supposed to make sense. What's the minimum eye level for Heidelin? Is it 560 flat? I can't check right now. We'll check after this raid. It's gonna be a fast raid. Oh, wait a minute. No, it is. It's fucking Twinkle Dinks. He is going to fucking murder the overtank if I don't take this from them before the big fuck you hit. Take. Boost me up, boost me up. Okay, alright, nice. Pulling them over to the corner. This is so rare. Fucking people are doing mechanics. I mean, like, obviously I'd be doing mechanics. I know how to drink flop, but like, people are doing mechanics. Like, they're keeping the samples charged up. They're not overcharging it. They are using the syringes as well. We're doing the tank swaps, that's on me thing. Oh, please, please. Take it from me. 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 Provoke! Okay. nice. I'm not sure. The Gobby Dragon. I love the Alexander raids a lot. I mean, I just love Gobbies in general. The goblins of this game are fucking adorable. Bomb. I'm gonna sit here and do DPS. Oh, they need support though. I don't think the red mage got it. Such a ramp. People actually doing mechanics. Alright. 500. That should be just enough for a weapon. And then that will probably boost my eye level up by like 2. I want to be optimistic, but I'm not that optimistic, so I'm just gonna say 2. But I don't know. Again, weapons are weighted like a lot heavier in the item level calculations than anything else, which is why it's not just straight up an average. Alright, let's see. Well, at the very least, I spent that time getting the fucking gunblade. Wow. Huh. Just enough. Who the funk? Who the funk? Whatever, let's just go into the first circle already. It'll probably be an insta-kill. I'm a tank. Nobody tanks. It's not an insta-kill. I'm disappointed. There we go. It's fast Q though, still. Alright, let's go! An hour and 30 minutes in, and we actually start to do the thing that I set out the stream to do! Asphodelos, the first circle. I'll save them! I must! Okay. This appears to be one of the warders we seek, but I'm afraid he is in no state to answer questions. Perhaps you can bring him to his senses. Alright, create me some friends! Hello, people. Ericphonius, Warder of the Condemned. I'll let the Paladin tank it. How the fuck do they have that much vitality? Oh, do they have all Moonward? They have all Moonward, yeah. All Moonward. Okay. Alright. Is this the first for like all of us too, by the way? I mean, most likely. Oh! So, right side, left side, telegraphed by where his flail is. this is... Okay. So that's... Warden's Wrath. I believe that would be a party buster. It seems to be the case, and that is. Pitiless Flail. That's... okay. Neat. That's a stack point. So far, nothing out of the ordinary. Just a... Probably want to turn battle effects off normally. See where he's flailing. Normally. Am I normal? No. So that's the tank buster. And there's no tank swaps. Intemperance. Oh. Oh, it's opposites, probably. Oh yeah, it's opposites. And it's telegraphed by the gem that it is. Okay. Alright, I figured it was opposites, considering it was a debuff in a lot of things. That's neat. Give him a Arctic Random. He didn't need it. Oh. What's the safe part? Okay. Orange is the safe part. Gotcha. Okay, now blue is the safe part there. I wonder how it's telegraphed which one's the safe part. Oh. Yeah, he's surrounded by whatever not safe. He surrounds himself with like fireballs if it's orange. And light orbs if it's blue. Oh, and we have to do a flail as well. Nice! God, this must be a fucking dream for colorblind people. I'm so sorry for any colorblind people out there. This is probably a nightmare for colorblind people. Every ounce of honesty I have. Out of the orange, out of the orange. And away from his left side, right. Alright. Can't really tell where his flails are. Does this phase ever end, actually? Yes, it does. This must be it. Alright, I'm orange, so I stand on the blue. And then... yeah. Now that I'm blue, I stand on orange, and I stay here. Orange... oh! He does flail immediately after this, so... oh, I'm glad that didn't hit me. So you have to be prepared to move immediately.
Yeah, this must be a nightmare for colorblind people, because it's all about colors, this one. Or who knows, they contrast well enough, I feel. And at the same time, if you're completely colorblind, it's fucking... Oh, here it is again, right. Light, so... off the blue. And then this side. At least melee range is really, really forgiving on this guy. Off the blue and... Does the left and right alternate? Probably, actually. Because it doesn't actually show a proper telegraph to the left and right. There we go. Suppose I'll just try and take anything. Never mind. Got a helmet. Alright. Poor man, what's happened to him? That was a thrilling display! And if I may be so wanting, the warriors I spun from your ether fought even more splendidly than I had anticipated. I suppose they were cut from excellent cloth after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder, and I would be very curious to know what drove him to attack us sight unseen. Somnus, he stirs. What came over me? It's coming back to me. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, though I knew not of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies and my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. I am Erycthonius, a warder of Asphodelos, Pandaemonium's highest layer, and the place we're in now. One must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandaemonium? The creations interred within Asphodelos have been set free, and stalk its halls to no end but violence. That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No, never. Each level of Pandaemonium is under the charge of a key ward, who keeps strict control of the most minute aspects of their domain. They're selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master La Habrea is absolute. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realized that I had become separated from my colleagues. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury, then blackness, from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. I see. Your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind. Perhaps the selfsame one that saw you separated from the other warders. Whatever had taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. That you've come here and from the surface must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world. If you know anything that may help, pray tell. Horror among horrors. So Pandaemonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within. By the same individual, or individuals, that released its captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Venus, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation. Were they to receive word of what has transpired here, what measures would they take? Doubtless, they would consider this place to be a lost cause. Pandaemonium's ties to the outside world would be severed. Perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. As I thought. Were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of La Habrea would never risk that, despite what valued research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. You would go alone? I won't leave the other warders to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see the creatures return to their cells at all costs. And so I must do the same, Themis. Themis, I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one, but please, say not a word of this to the Convocation until I've been given a chance to set things right. Forgive my rudeness, Eric Phineas, but my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be consigning yourself to an early death. Strength of resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. That being said, our investigation has only just begun, and we would be remiss to turn back ere we've made an exhaustive survey. So, for the time being, there is slightly more than resolve to rely upon. I knew you would be all too eager to join us. Each moment since you fell from the skies has been more interesting than the last. More and more of you remind me of my dear friend. Which goes some way towards encouraging me that this matter he will yet reach a satisfactory conclusion. So you agree to help? For the moment, our goals align. The protective magics of Pandaemonium yet hold, so for the moment time is in our favor. Let us proceed upon the course you and Somnus have set us upon. Themis and Somnus, yes. Thank you. The warders owe you a great debt already. We shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandaemonium's halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever so much more entertaining than a pair of 2. Now, let us turn our attention to rescuing our colleagues. Your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates, in case any have figured you out. Followed you out. Just gotta keep on getting the red hit ones. Because, again, most often that's the stat I'm most deprived of, so. Not a sound can be heard from within, which means neither creature nor warden has made it this far. We should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Forgive me if I misunderstand, but do you mean to rescue the warders and creations both? Naturally. Although they may be dangerous, they're valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labor, or our untold hours of study, go to waste. I dare say La Habrea would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if we had cause to report this incident to him. Smile? I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. Aha, so you've met him before. I was under the impression he rarely visited Pandaemonium. I have, yes. My mentor was the previous head of this facility, that is to say, La Habrea's predecessor in the position of Chief Keyword. Her name was Athena. She was a researcher with the words. 'Twas she who appointed me to this position, in fact. I see. I did not know there was a Chief Keyword before La Habrea. Your motivation to save your research subject is not entirely driven by duty to the words, then. You wish also to preserve the work of your mentor. You've the right of it. I'm lacking in ideas of how to go about that, however. I'm a mere warder, and cannot wield intimate magics. But of course, I can hardly expect you to be versed in the magics we use here. If you recall, during our battle earlier, I bound you in ethereal shackles. Intimate is a more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. Well, both are used to keep our subjects docile. Only the keyword of each tier is permitted to use intimate. Even if I were allowed, I lack the aptitude to use the spell to any notable effect. Fascinating. I have some knowledge of these forms of spellcraft, actually. La Habrea himself established their foundation, if I recall. While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, Intimate freezes the very space around it for as long as the caster wills. Indeed. While the illusory beings you summoned in our fight suggested as much, I see your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you've already mastered the art of Intimate, and I've been lecturing you like a child all this time. I'm afraid my knowledge ends there. I have not the precise understanding of how the invocations interact with natural laws that would be needed to cast such spells with any consistency. While I consider myself well-versed in various magics, I would be ill-advised to assume the duties of Keyword without instruction. That being said, if I were to learn more of Intimate and its inner workings, perhaps... Well, you have a warder standing in front of me. Well, the solution's obvious when you put it like that. Asphodelos, you implied that what prevented you from performing Intimate was a lack of magical capacity. What if I supplemented your power with my own? Would the spell succeed then? I cannot say for certain. I've never heard of such a thing being done. I believe it may be our best resource. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep, and we would have to start over. You needn't worry about that. I've seen the spells cast so many times that their emotions have been burned into my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well. Let us work out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we can test out our methods on one of the escaped creatures. Though, I suppose there's the matter of finding one. It would be foolish to run in blindly, lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Now, I would prefer to engage a single creature that Sonic can dispatch on its own if the spell were to go awry. I agree, and I may have an idea in that regard. I recall seeing the hippocampus wandering the waterways during my flight. Perhaps it's still there. Few of the subjects housed within Asphodelos are fond of water, and I believe we'll be able to engage the beast without fear of unwanted guests. And that shall be our first target. Perhaps the subject is a better term. Before we commence with the intimate magics, the creatures should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I can trust you with the task. As dependable as ever. Once you have given it a thorough trouncing, we shall bind this hippocampus with the keywords magic. Till then, my illusions shall fight by your side. The hippocampus will be alone, but it's a daunting opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps the environment around it, and it will be at home amidst the waterways. Steel yourself for a fight. Asphodelos, the second circle, now accessible. I really love that the justification is that Themis creates like simulacrums of us as our buddies. You know, very rarely do we get justification for why there's 7 other people in our parties. There was no justification for that in Alexander, if I remember. I think it was just like adventurer friends, but like they never mentioned it. And Omega, Omega's even more confounding because like canonically only you are allowed inside the Omega Scape. Like only you were allowed canonically. Eden's is implied like mercenaries or some sort, so of the first. Yo. Hey, I got some friends. Come on, friends. Let us fight. The hippocampus. Honestly, did not expect it to look like this. Alright, well, there's raised platforms. So I'm wondering if height is going to be a mechanic here. There's no positionals. Oh, this is going to be unique. Okay, so that's the party buster. Oh. Double tank buster. Okay. Oh, I think I know what this is. Oh, fuck. Okay. That is That's going to be, like, really, really hard to explain. But I think I understand what that is. Holy shit, that's gonna be real. That's what the height mechanic is for, huh? Sewage deluge. Away from the grates? Oh, away from the grates. Ooh, poor Reaper. We have to stack together, stack. Friend. Ow. Okay, that's not that big of a pushback. Okay. Dissociation. The head comes off. Oh, Sophia. Oh, it disables half the arena. Okay. Okay, so, interesting. Stay away from main tank while also line ailing. Oh, the main tank. Stay away from main tank. Actually, probably should use up my cartridges now. Murky Depths. That's gonna be... Okay, that's just the party buster. Sewage deluge, so, like... big damage and stay away from the grates? Or stay away from, like, anything that isn't, like, ventilated, and, like, stay on a raised platforms and whatnot. Okay, so that will take out everything there, and that will take out everything there. Okay. Like, okay, like, that's gonna be a really weird mechanic to explain, but I think I get it. Oh, those are following AoEs. Oh goodness. Friends. Oh, the DPS are dead. Holy shit. Association. So that half the arena is disabled. I'm gonna arms length this. I have not been paying attention to my cartridges at all. I'm not doing the most optimal rotation I can because I'm not doing enough burst strikes. Alright, that half is disabled. Sewage eruption. Falling AoEs. So he does the big one first before he ow. Before he does the line AoE. Back on the tops we go. believe. Oh wait, no, that's Party Buster. Tank Buster again. Yeah, this is where we stay on top. This is some freaky ass music. To be fair, this looks like precisely something you would see in Bloodborne. Both in music and in terms of like looks. So okay, that's completely disabled, and you want to be on the raised edge here. Wow, that is like still really confusing. But it's something that it's something that's gonna be hard to explain. I feel it's gonna be really easy to like figure out once you actually see the pattern. It's not a typical pattern at all. But it's a pretty identifiable one. If you know your patterns, that is. Friends, friends, friends. Nice. The healing requirements at this place, though, is kind of crazy. An arm's length. Oh no. Oh, it just gives you a drop C. Okay. I'm sure in Savage that like is an insta kill. So. You don't want to move. Yeah, you want to take. You want to pop your big tank cooldowns for that. He does a lot of party busters and like just like AoE damage in general. Wow. The warrior's actually taking a shit ton of damage. I suppose I'm souping myself up a lot though, so. One thing that I really wish they did was increase the range of Heart of Light. That reached to nobody. I think I got that. How did I get my bones back right here? Oh. Friend. Oh, fuck! If you don't get a friend, you're instantly dead. Oh, that's why the DPS were all dead before. Oh, fuck, you really need a friend. The only reason why I survived was because I was a tank. Yeah, so the party just needs to be stacked up. I suppose that's part of... Oh, arms like everyone mid. I suppose that's part of the reason why, like, there's no positionals for this fight. Because you have to all be so close together all the time. Because even, like, the big AoE ones, it's Summer Star from Devon. Straight up. This thing hurts a lot. I suppose part of the reason though is we're all minimum eye level, so I suppose it's technically worse than it otherwise should be. Come on. It is dead though. Nice. Alright, let's look at this. Let's see. Hey. Hey yo. Okay. Again, I'm just gonna take whatever I can take, because, first week I don't really have a clue or an idea or really what I want to do for gear, so I just get whatever. Oh, I didn't expect to get the gauntlets, though. Let's give our comm to the tank. They didn't die once. No matter how low it got, so... or no matter how low they got. I knew that you were no mere mercenary, but to make such clean work of the hippocampus. Seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandaemonium, let alone display their skills. Mastery takes all forms indeed. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection, in no small part thanks to you two. Venus's power was more than enough to complete an interment. Spellcasting was never my strong suit, but that almost made me feel like a proper Magos. Magos? Magus? True. Having seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with Somnus, I beg to disagree. Shackles is the one exception, and 'tis only because I have been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics leave me feeling it completely on my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is at my side, to guide me to... we may prove the impossible possible after all. Let's go get crit instead. The fires of creation. Oh fuck. While our success in sealing away the hippocampus is certainly heartening, the fact that we have yet to see any other wardens concerns me. The keyword of Asphodelos is nothing to be if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let's hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the keywords besides their magical prowess. Is there aught more you can share? Of course, a man named Hesperos is in charge of Asphodelos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the wardens under his charge. He has done so much to ensure that I flourish here, in spite of my ineptitude at magic, and I have always known him to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, keywords are not only masters of intimate, they can also bend the hallways of Pandaemonium to their will with creation magics. With all this in mind, I am certain that so long as Asphodelos guides them, the other warders are safe. I can see why absolute control over the environs is imperative. Had we faced the hippocampus upon arid sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. And in any case, if this Asphodelos is indeed is as capable and caring as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He has, like as not, taken your colleagues to a secure location. The safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelos. From there, they could flee to Abyssos, if hard pressed. They should be safe. Even should they have sought safe haven within the other circles, if we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way. Indeed, and we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Asphodelos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the central corridor, which was barred by Phoenix, last I checked. Phoenix? I have heard the name before. Oh, Phoenix! A fiery bird with life eternal. Ah, Phoenix. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers, if I recall. Truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the back of failure, however, and La Habrea suffered countless missteps during his experiments. Phoenix. And he was hardly the only one. This Phoenix will be but one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Aye. Far from evoking wonder, our Phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, and seeks only to turn the world to ash. Thus was it confined within Pandaemonium. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but as wounds turned, more and more researchers abandoned this project the project as an impossibility, save for La Habrea and for his words. Water. Yeah, anyways. When I received word at long last La Habrea had succeeded when so many others had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandaemonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. The research of the wards of La Habrea has little consequence to our work here, save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. But enough reminiscing. We must get ready to confront the Phoenix. Well, it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandaemonium. We would make that assumption at our own peril. Better to assume that we'll need to bring Asphodelos' most unruly subject to heel. I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will avail it far less in a barren corridor than elsewhere, so it may serve well. It may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later. Don't worry, I've fought many of its kind before. I've fought precisely one of its kind before, actually, correction. But I've encountered many of its kind before, and even summoned it many a times. It's going to be weird if we have a summoner in our party. Oh, there it is. What? It seems whoever is behind us can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle. Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means... Let us confront that reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our focus shall be required if we are to enter the Phoenix. I'm just baffled that none of us noticed that giant ass fucking the giant ass dude there. And hey, it has major Dracula vibes actually from Castlevania, specifically Castlevania's iteration of Dracula. Just neat. Huh? No insta-queue. The party I was with before didn't wanna. Or is it probably still in cutscenes, maybe? Maybe it's a different party. Maybe it's looking for a different party. I also know almost party finding it, actually. Passing strange. All things considered. Oh, I get cards. Eric Thonio's card, I got one. Still haven't checked whether or not I actually had that blue dragon. Oh wait, did I have it set do I have it set so it doesn't show the error message, or... Maybe. In which case, when the fuck did I do that? In due time. We'll figure that out in due time, I guess. When the fuck did I do that? DPS. DPS. DPS, there we go. The Phoenix. Pretty sure it is just Phoenix. Like, okay, that's a little different than the Phoenix I know. Hey, we have a summoner. This will indeed be awkward. Galarian Moltres. Someone here already knows the mechanics, but, pray tell, what are those mechanics? Why are we marking 1, 2, 3, 4? Or is it just obvious markings? Experimental fire plume. Oh! Well, that hit literally everyone, so I suppose I shouldn't really feel too bad about that, but, okay, alright. Good to know that's why the tank is tanking it over here. I see. Still hit us. Oh my god! Okay. Okay, alright, stay away from the two of us. Double tank buster. As one would imagine. Dark and fire. Oh, what's vacuum? Oh, we have to. Oh, that's. This is the order we have to. Oh wait, no, we. Oh, I see. We have to hit them with our AoE, and if we're marked in AoE too. Okay, that's the mechanic. Left cinderling. I know what that means. I know my lefts and rights. Okay, but that fucked up my rotation though, seriously. Oh, whichever one is fireball-y. Oh! Let's take it away from them so that it doesn't res. Okay, alright. Yeah, take it away from the Ow! 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 Okay. Right Cinderwing. Again, I know what that means. I'll turn off tank. I'm stealing aggro. And I don't want aggro. Oh my god, fucking Ifrit! Oh. 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 Okay. Oh. Okay. I see the mechanic. Oh goodness! Okay. That's panicked me a little bit, we're all fine. Oh. I think we should be good. Devouring brand. Never mind. I have no idea what the. Oh. Oh, I see what this is. What am I taking damage from? I don't have a debuff. What's hitting me? Oh, is it just the scorching ass heat of this place? Stay away from the middle. And each other as well. go over here. Oh, oops. Oh, fuck. I won't do it. Whatever, it's just stack. Just stack. That one's out. These AoE seem really hard to dodge. If even main tank's probably done this before. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Seriously, what the fuck is damaging me? You best hope that whoever has... it looks like they haven't figured out the mechanics, so, Right center wing, right center wing. Okay, what was killing me? Seriously. Why was I getting constant damage? Because I didn't have like a debuff on me or anything like that. Yeah, I didn't have a debuff on me. Is that something that just constantly happens, or is that like... Am I the only one experiencing that, or...? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Just... Really now? Seriously? Dear fucking lord. There we go. Joining a group of more than half left. Oh my god. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just abandon this. Cancel. Let's just abandon. Yep. Nope. We'll just leave. Let's go back in. I guess I understand why we all failed at mechanics, but at the same time, why would you expect anyone to... The raid is 3.5 hours old, my guys! The raid is 3.5 hours old! Why did you expect people to be perfect first time around? Okay, hopefully this fares better. Or at the very least, this party's more patient. Try this again. How do you tell which one it's doing, or does it alternate? can't tell. You just have to assume it alternates, I think. I don't understand why they all fucking decided to leave. It's not like we would have been perfect at mechanics in the first place. The raid is 3.5 hours old. Don't expect people to be fucking perfect at mechanics. Can't touch these things. I don't think people actually quite know. Okay, okay. I think they may figure something out. No, never mind. I think they probably figured something out now. If they couldn't figure it out before, come on. If they couldn't figure it out before, I think they know now. Because holy shit. Oofa indeed. Okay. What I'm really confused about is why I was getting an anti-regen. That's a weird way to call a fucking burn effect. Yeah, why was I getting a burn effect? There's no, I wasn't getting a, I didn't have a debuff, so I don't know. It's really far, my friend. Okay, fine. Take the bone stack. Ah! I see what the telegraph is now. Oh, it gives you no time to react to the telegraph, but it gives you a telegraph. Many orbs around it is going to be that one. One big orb, I'm assuming, is going to be the big middle one. I'm assuming, at least. Tank buster, tank buster. AoE into fire. Put it into the damn... Oh. That works, I guess. Left Cinderland. Pretty confident in that. What that means. Okay. Shows up here, out of the center. Again, still don't know why that burn effect is happening. Oops. I don't want them near each other. Please tank the other one. Please tank the other one. Please tank the other one. Away. Okay, alright. I take this far one. They're phoenixes. You don't want them to overlap. At least that's what I'm assuming. Funnily enough, I think our DPS was actually better than the one that expected us to be perfect at mechanics. No, at the party, I expected us to be perfect at mechanics. We also have 2 Vegas, so it's a lot better. Neat. I have to queue that up after I did the parts. Stacks. So this is where I get the burn. I don't know what it is that's giving me the burn. Wait a minute. Oh, it's on a tick. Like each 4 of these are on a tick. Yeah, there's like no pyretic effect or anything. It's just a natural state of the arena that you just get. Because I don't know if I'm the only one getting hit like this. And that concerns me, because it makes me think I'm doing something wrong. I think that's just a natural state of the arena. Everyone looks like they're dying, so... Main tank especially. In which case, what's causing that? How can we prevent it, other than just constant healing? It might just be a heal check thing. Oh, it's over now. I think it might just be a heal check thing. In which case, this expansion is really much a dick to healers. I accidentally went with the second one. Whatever. One bone stack. One tank. 2 phone stacks, never mind. and that burn is not making it much easier to get healed through. I think it is a heal check thing. Might be. Weird. Okay. I don't know, I'm focusing more on the mechanics, I guess. What is causing all that damage? Seriously. Like, that can't just be a natural state. It's a lot of damage. Over time. And it just hurts, and I don't have a debuff on, so... Maybe it's an invisible debuff? Because it's fucking killing us, man. It's killing me, at least. I don't know if anyone else, because it doesn't show the debuff, so... I can only assume it's just a natural state. So...
in than back out. I didn't see what the telegraph for the other one was though, so I got hit by the other one. But if it's not the orbs, then it's definitely the other one. That's kind of what I figure, at least. Oh, I know what it is now. I know what it is. It's because I'm fucking off tank. Yeah, because it was because of the 4 little teeth that was surrounding it was auto attacking me, and I believe that's just because I'm off tank. So, all right, well, mystery solved then, I guess. That fight is hard, though. Again, I really don't expect why that first party expected us to like first try it. Like, honest to God, the raid is fucking 3.5 hours old. Not even 4 hours old. They clearly saw the first time marker for like every single one of us, basically. I don't understand it. They were treating it like it's a fucking savage fight. Gonna calm... Oh, I could calm the whole party if I wanted to, just considering how much I've been burned. Fucking, I keep on rolling highest on the helmet, but I like always get fucking like something else. What the hell? Anyways, I thank the party for sticking with me at least. With that, the Phoenix is shackled once more. However, there is yet the matter of this arena. As you've told us, there's but one person as an Asphodelos with the ability and authority to wield such magics. Though fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. A contemptible display, as befits an inferior specimen. Even so, I expected it would at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of interment drag the Phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators care to admit, or you are no mean trespassers. I had hoped those suspicions were misplaced, but alas. Keyword Asphodelos! Why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandaemonium? Pandaemonium. Pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand! Oh, Ericthonius, must you pester me with those inane questions? Think for yourself. Surely you can muster a fury or two with that dim wit of yours. Then again, you have never been one for insight. Why, Master La Habrea suffers your mediocrity I shall never understand. You may look like him, but you're not the Hesperos I know. Something has warped you, too, from the inside out. The keyword I knew had compassion for all those under his charge.
be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all farce? Did you hide your contempt for us all these years? Those who are content to merely glimpse the water's surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it ever has been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat. Such wasted potential. To be son to Master La Habrea, yet no more skilled than with magic than a newborn babe. But of course, it's always about Labre. Silence! You are not worthy to utter his name. For once, be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities. Beyond your shallow reckoning, I have slipped the surly bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creations, and rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of godhood. As a Hemitheus shall I serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful unto the end of days. And he shall require no other! I think not! Are you so blinded by arrogance that you have lost sight of what it means to serve? Asphodelos is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instruction that I was able to master the art of internment, both how well to wield it, and how to break free of it. Somnus, let us quit this place. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperos' mind, it is plain his power far eclipses our own. We must have time to gather our strength. Weaklings though they may be, I take a singular aptitude to master. It takes a singular aptitude to master internment so quickly. To say nothing how swiftly that familiar lady lured the phoenix. Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing. Where they fritter away their strength in calming the beast of Asphodelos, I continue my work. Even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain, naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Asphodelos. Even dullards have their uses. Still salty that that party gave up after fucking one wipe. My darkest suspicions have been realized. We faced a keyword of Asphodelos himself. More than that revelation, however, Asphodelos worries me. We loved Hesperos for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever the keyword has become. He has said little since our return. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be a death knell for his resolve. Hold on. I'm still salty. I gotta complain about this. still fucking mad about that. Just had to rant a little bit. Anyways, next quest. This was our last raid, so of the tier. Much as I am loath to disturb Asphodelos so soon at what just occurred, I'm afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him well to speak about recent events concerning both the keyword and his father. The creation of the world which surrounds Pandaemonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than La Brea. That both my father and I can bind others in chains is perhaps the only thing that we have in common. So it is true. I'm La Brea's son, bereft of his talent for magics or his brilliant mind, but a son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. Nay, I had an inkling when you said you had practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you hadn't been employed here quite that long, it had to indicate some long-held connection with La Brea. 'Twas La Brea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles. But that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of La Brea. More specifically, my mother, who was a researcher there. You speak of Athena, chief keyword before La Brea. She is your mother, yes? How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You've the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. La Brea had nothing to do with it. I see. I see there's little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why La Brea was appointed chief keyword when another was already in place. Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. And La Brea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities, with nary a moment spared to mourn her. What love do I owe him now, when he offered not one drop of compassion then? I see. She is no longer with us. An expression to convey the end of a life. I have known only the public face of La Brea. While he is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances, I must admit that oft he comes across as cold. Apologies, but can we speak of something else? This topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Of course. There are more pressing matters at hand, after all, namely how to deal with Asphodelos. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we can surmise that Asphodelos has confined them from somewhere beyond our grasp. And now that he is aware of our presence, he will be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing. Quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after creations is yet another moment Asphodelos can contrive another advantage for himself. The wisest course would be to find him, first and foremost. He said that he has become one with the creations. Perhaps that means he is vulnerable to interment. In theory, that should be possible. However, is it merely enough to confine him, after all he has done? I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it all truly so that he could serve his master? To my mind, he's merely put La Brea's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. La Brea is the chief keyword of Pandaemonium. How would throwing it into disarray win his favor? It doesn't make sense. share your curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters? Or would it be too dangerous to allow him quarter? I want answers too. Daring as ever, I say. I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but to see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well, let us try Eric Felnius's plan. Thank you, Somnus. I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When Hesperos spoke with us, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of the Vircolicus, a beast which feeds off the ether of its prey. Oh, vampire. Wow, okay, he literally is Dracula then, huh? Okay. Likely that is the creation Hesperos burst his essence with. And we know only too well that he can change the environment around himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. Fourth circle time. Fucking, I totally expected Dracula Swing to play from Castlevania. Too much. It was neat looking though. I wonder what the spikes are. Oh wait, no, Dracula. Look at that. Only makes sense. Alright. What's the optimal food that they're eating? Or they're eating like older race food? I don't know if it's different race food. They're eating something different. I wonder what it is. Alright. Alright, Tank Buster. Alright. Fucking Ifrit, man! Oh, it's not gonna get much better. Oh? Ah, I see. I swear to God, someone on the dev team just played a shit ton of Castlevania one night, and it's just like, I want to put that in Final Fantasy. Okay. Oh! Oh, yikes! What even was that? How did I avoid that? How are you supposed to avoid it? What the fuck was that? Alright, I suppose we'll just try again. Setting the scene, so we avoid that, I'm pretty sure. It looks really dangerous after all, so we avoid that. So over here we go, I think. Okay, alright, so opposite corner of where the big one is. Or just very far corners. I think it's just very, very far corners. Explains how I survived, I guess, because that was farther away than normal. Oh, this is different. Oh, does someone have to be in here? Maybe? Oh! Oh, it's a push. Okay. Prague! It's Prague! So many brand new mechanics is the big thing. Like, kind of unforgiving. Alright, so the hole is a so the hole is a like stand back. You have to stand really far back. There'll be like a big hole there. Actually previews the mechanic a little bit, actually. I would greet it, but nah. More economical, just kind of pull them there. Even if you have tank privilege. That's just a party buster. That's recoverable. Alright, so this next one is a pushback. Because of the water. This tank does not like moving at all, huh? Can its arms length? Arms length? Yep. Alright, so that one's center. Then, Hellskeeler is just a line alien. What else do we got then? Another tank buster afterwards. Oh! Oh, goodness. This is a different one. Oh! Okay, so... I think it's gonna be... Okay, it's gonna be the void one, so we have to stand far back. Yep. And then it's gonna be that, whatever the hell that is. Okay, that's just avoid each other one. Okay. And then this last one is center. Is he gonna seriously arms like that? This tank, man. I can't believe him. He does not like moving at all. Okay. I'm keeping aggro. Fuck it. Look at me. I'm the main tank now. That sounds like a party bus, and it is. That does not sound tiny. Okay. Standard meteors. No DPS. No tank in that one. Ah, gotcha. It's the opposite of Halicarnassus, okay. Opposite Halicarnassus. Cap. Okay, this again. Go over early shift. Oh! Oh! No overly shift! Ah, yeah, I get it now. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's a different one every time. So, what's the telegraph of whichever one it is? I suppose that is what it looks like if it's, well, let's just take a look at the mechanic. Explosive feature. I don't like the looks of that. Oh yeah, I totally don't like the looks of that. So, I'm assuming someone has to tank that for me? I'll give him this much. It's everyone's first time, so... so it makes sense why he kind of doesn't like moving. Fucking... him staying in the corner is actually probably a fight or flight response. I'm not really complaining too badly that he doesn't move, I'm just complaining that he doesn't move. It doesn't have to be the opposite corner of the vortex, it just has to be like the edge of the arena. I think that's just an indicator of what the mechanic is. It sounds like the Primal's making an end credit sequence. The music here, by the way. Okay, so this is the pushback. Please move me closer to the center. I know that the mechanic has a delay. Okay, there it goes. I mean, this says the guy at the fucking arm's length for this, but let's just stay away from the line. forgetting that I have Bloodfest. It's just too much fun to accumulate cartridges, okay? Does that do damage if you're actually up there? No, it doesn't seem like it, unless no one was under there. Indeed, no one was under there. Okay, it's gonna start with the lightning one, so move away. And then the sewer one. Everyone stay away from each other. I did that too early. Actually, no, I did that just fine. And then the push. And it looks like they start doing damage after the mechanics resolve. So you still don't want to stand up. Like, this sounds like the end credits scene to fucking, like, a teen beach movie from the 90s or 80s. I don't know why I got really specific with that, but it does. Okay, no DPS. No tank. No tank! It's the opposite. There's big X markers. There were big X markers. I don't know why nobody saw the big X markers. It's the opposite of Hawkinisis. Easterly shit. Okay, the sword is probably the big roommate. Yes, it is. So if the sword is the big room AoE, then what's next? Okay, that's the pushback. So really shift, that's another pushback. I'm holding off of my big combo for a couple of seconds. I think he's done with those mechanics now. Oh, okay, so everyone gets tethered to one of these. And you have to tank one for another person. Please. Please. Yes! Yes! Okay, right. Oh, but only, everyone only takes one. Okay. That makes sense. Everyone only takes one. Okay, so these probably don't do damage if the whole arena's covered in them. Alright. Fire! We have to deal with fire now. What does fire do? Bloodrake. Alright, stay away from each other. Lightning. The edge. The edge we go. Okay. Fire. What is this? Bewailing coils. Oh, that's just a stack marker. I suppose if one of them is going to be an anti-stack, then that makes sense. Okay. Again, opposites. Don't. Why is. Okay, please. Why? Please, tank. Occupy the. Okay. Alright, and then the pushback. This is a mess. Salverly shift. That's the pushback. So, everyone only takes one. We should probably make... oh, two. Two. We should probably make partners for that. We should probably make partners for that. I mean, everyone can get two. Like, up to two. But, like, ideally, everyone only takes one, I think. Is gonna be the deal. This is gonna be just the same deal, yeah? Probably. Alright, download is complete. I think that's all the mechanics. Let's take it home to victory. Wait, what's he covered to? Alright, stay away. Can you cover? Push back. Now it's fire, so stack. Stand in your lane. And then edges, edges, edges. It is not how Catharsis. Okay, this is it is not how Catharsis. I think a lot of people are thinking it's how Catharsis and they're standing into one with their marker, but no, it's the opposite because the big red X. Do people not see the X? Are they just blind? Because fucking like that shit should be obvious, I think. Like, yeah, like our roll markers like indicate like hard Catharsis, but like there's a big red X on them, which indicates no, we're not allowed. What's that? Oh my god. We did it. That's good music, so. Alright, that was really fun actually. A lot of new mechanics. It's just people being stupid. Nosferatu! Nosferatu! Come on, Nosferatu! Who got Nosferatu? The Red Mage. What am I gonna get? Knowing my luck, the gauntlets again. Hold on, looking for the chest, please. Just to build that up. Oh, wait, Rowan! There we go. Ah, boots. Now, Femus, we must end this here. Fools, I will not be put in chains. To think that I would fall before one such as you. Perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception, they shall return to the star with me. You are wasting your breath, Asphodelos. We have the upper hand now. Surely you can see that. Yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet. However, although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. I remain loyal to my very last. Come what may, I die with dignity. How did your ambition lead you so astray, Asphodelos? You were better than that. Your star shone more brightly than any other in Pandaemonium. You had Valabrea's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that, and sully your legacy besides. Became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. At the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. I failed to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose this path. Asphodelos' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous that fate had chosen you, and not him to be Valabrea's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought verboten power. Power that Valabrea would be unable to ignore. How does a pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everyone else? I've never heard of such a thing. It's not as uncommon as you might think. I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing, but perhaps that signifies not but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true. How it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other warders, and round up the remaining creatures forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe I can help in that matter. The influence of Asphodelos' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? What? What is this presence? Asphodelos, what lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage that connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense disturbances at the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. A warding sigil? How? Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to apprise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Although we have defeated Asphodelos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandaemonium's troubles. My head is still swimming with questions. What could this mean that Asphodelos wasn't actually behind this? It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of the crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague, and that your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful magical influence. It is possible that the same magic could have poisoned Asphodelos' heart, twisting his affection for Harbre into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he was made to offer an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Asphodelos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him. Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experience. For more potential hemophilia. If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Asphodelos. Do not lose heart yet, Asphodelos. Asphodelos challenged us alone, and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Hemophias, then the rest of the wardens are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandaemonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of these circles, and thus can wield intimate magic within their halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that? Then nothing's stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos. Just so. I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement, however. You are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder, after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like that to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help, but... Do you mean to send a report to La Habrea? 'Tis too soon to say. Let us first find a way to Abyssos. It would be best to withhold our judgments until we have ascertained the whereabouts of other wardens and the identity of the party responsible for the disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandaemonium, then I am not above asking La Habrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries certainly paint Asphodelos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Asphodelos and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelos. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Themis' burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown he's more than capable to bear it. Still, I would help wheresoever I am able. All we've achieved so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use I could be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Nonsense. You owe us nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magics which governed this place that we were able to come this far. Elsewise, we would have likely succumbed to the hippocampus' assault. Each of us has arrived at this dire pass by separate paths, but it is only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it and see Pandaemonium saved. Thank you, Themis. Asphodelos' words seem to have affected me more than I realize. Together we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Somnus' rest. Besides, you have someone awaiting a report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. We gotta go to Aporia. Welcome back, Somnus. Back from the past, none the worse for wear, I see. So, what did you find? So there is evil afoot in Pandaemonium. An already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing warders. Truly, we are fortunate to see you return to us in one piece. It appears the voice Somnus heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As for who left behind, and why, those are yet questions to be answered. Indeed, it could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future, which remains shrouded in mystery. Yet, ilm by ilm, we shall unveil that mystery. With the help of Somnus, of course. By his actions was the fabric of the past reshaped, yet he returns to the present, and the same present he left. Which can only mean one thing, that his intervention in Pandaemonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. There's no telling what consequences would arise if we stopped pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandaemonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth to the future? They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and their despair would leave an indelible mark upon history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beasts that arose during those final days. The first final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed. If the scars it left were made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely. Way to put the pressure on me, Bellas. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I have asked so much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandaemonium? Your tireless efforts are much appreciated, and there's aught we could do to ease your burden. You need only say the word. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal into our keeping? Well, we cannot accompany you to the past. Perhaps something we can be gained by researching it further. it shines just as splendidly as the day we met. Oh, we shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. And as matters in Opus seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into its critical stage, I find it always suitable to recruit another assistant. Melanie is an expert in armaments from throughout history, be they from the far-flung past or made from the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your adventures, bring it here and she will be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras, and would give you goods in return that should aid you in trials ahead. Furthermore, if you ever wish to peruse the records of events that you have reported here, Gigi has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She is she is at your complete disposal. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research. I can think of no greater honor, nor reassurance, than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there's anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you will be the first to know when we do. Spell speed is the only valuable one out of all those. And that's literally only for Black Mage as well. Let's see what we can trade in right now. I don't think we can. Oh, we can trade into gloves. I would actually very much like the gloves. So, for fending. So we're gonna get the gloves for fending. Neat. We don't have anything else, do we? No. Don't need those. I have 2 of these, I think. Don't need those. Definitely don't need those. 567 already. Let me return to Old Charlie so I can reapply my glamour. And hey, with these gloves, that means that I can go into these raids as a paladin. Why I would ever want to is a question, because I don't really like paladin as much as I do gunbreaker, but I can at least do that. So actually need to okay, so I already have that. I don't know why the error logs just don't show, but I need to transmute materia, because holy inventory space, Batman, I don't have any of it. Still can't believe I don't know why there's in lore I get why there's only one location to transmute materia, but considering, well, I guess I don't know, because I don't know a lot of other people who transmute materia, nor a lot of other people who like mention it. I guess I don't need the music attire on this character, so I could just toss that. Calamity Soldier will probably have another one anyways. But like they have been making updates to the transmutation here for materia, so like I just don't understand why there isn't a separate transmutation facility in like any of the expansion areas. Again, I get kind of in lore why, but like they've ignored lore plenty of times before. Why make an exception now? Okay. I'm slowly and surely starting to build up or rebuild up a repertoire of I don't need that. What is this used for even? Search recipes using this material. Oh, okay, alright. I don't need those. When did I get that? Did I, like, desynth something, maybe? I don't know. Either way, no, I couldn't have, because fucking, like, everything is level 80. Huh. I must have just accidentally bought it, maybe. Alright, let's sell the cards, and, that might be the end of the stream there, since we finished what we set out to do. Actually, I might actually switch over to Lizzie, actually, since it's early enough in the morning for me to actually do shit on her. Probably just dailies, honestly, but still. Damn it. Okay. Selling the cards now. So much of this shit. That's why. There's so much of this shit. Such inventory space was not my intention. Well, either way, that's some, sorting out my inventory is, like, not of concern right now, really. I'm actually kind of hungry. And, like, sort of kind of need to sleep as well. Because I do have something to do later today, so... Actually, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here, actually. We've done what we set out to do. I did all the new content, or practically all the new content, actually. What other than Pandaemonium do we have? New cards, new cashier rolls. It's just the raids, probably. It's really only detailing raids. They changed beet soup to wine dark soup. Oh shit, we haven't actually checked out the new grape models. They replaced the grape models because they put it, they were expecting, like, a shit ton of people in Labyrinth Fest. So they preemptively lowered the quality of the grape models so as to not, really have, like, performance issues. Because, again, they were anticipating everybody in their mother to be in Labyrinth Fest. I don't know why they felt that it would be fixed by the time here enough to have higher quality grape models. Or fucking if they were so desperate for optimization that they had to lower the fucking grape models. But let's see the new grape models. Unless that was all a meme. Hey, someone else is checking out the new grape model as well. Well, they don't look like blocks, but at the same time, they're still not of super high fidelity. They just upped the polygon count from, like, N64 to fucking PS1.5, so... Let's see, volume of the sound effect played when successfully completing an action combo has been increased. Sound effect of the Scholar action broil has been adjusted. Combat sounds for voice 4 of male Viera has been adjusted. Thank Christ. And renaming service is down. So there are 2 known issues currently, actually. Issue where an NPC Kokobuki does not appear under certain conditions. I have no idea who the fuck that is, but... yeah. And an issue in Pandaemonium Asphodelos, wherein multiple instances of flying text and battle log text appears when certain status effects expire. I think I actually witnessed a bit of that. So... anyways, they fixed a lot of issues. So. Anyways, yeah, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna end the stream. I'm not gonna log onto my alt, or maybe I will if I can't sleep, but I'm definitely gonna eat, so yeah.